And so now that the light is traveling down this row of screw holes, I'm going to send it down this row here. And I'll locate my mirror approximately in the center of the tapped hole and at a 45-degree angle. And now I'll take my other mirror and I'll pick a line. I want to go, and I'll put my mirror approximately down the center of that hole. Now I've already set the height of these mirrors to ensure that the beam stays within the inner third of the mirror. And that gives you extra range of adjustment and also prevents any possible aberrations in the optic. Now I'm going to take two irises and place them in the line. And I've already put these irises at approximately the same height. Essentially, I've taken the post holders and with the post inside all the way down to the bottom of the post holder. Now, ideally, you would place these irises very far apart, because the farther apart the two measurements, the more accurate you will be. But in this case, I'm keeping things relatively compact for this demonstration. In principle, I could do this with a single iris, just like I did with my ruler, and be moving that iris back and forth along the table. But by using the two irises, I can just keep them stationary and not have to be moving things all around. So here, I can see, looking at the front face of the iris, I can see that I'm hitting down and to the right. And so I'll use this first mirror mount to move the beam to try to center it on the aperture. And I know I'll be centered when there's a nice halo around the aperture. So now that I'm going through the center of the first iris, I look at the front face of the second iris, and I'm hitting down and to the left. And I will use this second mirror mount to align the beam with the second iris. And as you can see, I kind of lost the laser power on the front face of the second iris because I'm blocking the beam with this first iris. So I'll come back to the first mirror mount and align the beam to the center. And then adjust again on the second iris with the second mirror mount. And I'll go back and forth between the two mounts to walk the beam into alignment. And once I have a nice halo on both faces of the irises, then I'll convince myself that I'm now traveling in a straight line.